Hi, thank you for joining me once again. I'm Barbara Gale, and I wanted to talk about the difference between channeling and giving someone a reading, an intuitive reading. For me, the difference when I do it, because I don't use tarot cards and I don't use astrology, I don't use any form of divination. So when I'm giving a reading, I am listening to guidance speaking to me. And anytime a person receives a reading, you can wonder, well, how do I know this is all accurate? How do I know this is all going to happen? The information that's given is as it is seen now. This is what is going to happen unless you change it. And I have a list of times when, over the many years, I've received readings from other people, and what they told me was going to happen didn't happen because I changed it. It was not satisfactory to me what I was told, and therefore I changed it. Now, I say that with the benefit of the people who I feel are authentic in the work that they do. They're really gifted, and the accuracy that they have is going to be incredible. But again, I don't hold them responsible when something doesn't come out the way they said, because I know that I'm very good at changing readings. I've proved that to myself. So if you take a reading with the intention that I'm going to receive more information than I had before about some of the information will include probable futures, most likely futures, I guess you could call it, because this is what's likely to happen if you do nothing to change it. The times that I do tell a person this is what's going to happen, like when my Aunt Harriet was going to pass in November, and I use this as an example because it's so close to my heart. And I had told my mom, you need to go back and see Aunt Harriet before November. She'll be passing before November. And my mom did, and my aunt passed the very, very end, like end of October. So they got to have their visit. Then when it comes to channeling, I don't know how it'd be possible to make a mistake if a person is authentically channeling. Because when I'm channeling and my eyes are closed, I'm seeing and feeling how I step out of the way, I think is a good way to describe it. And I'm seeing these incredible colors and they're swirling everywhere. And I see whichever guidance in particular is with me. Like I was speaking to a congregation. This is well, I don't know. It's hard to say what year it was, but it was more than a decade ago, I think. And I was channeling with Christ's messages coming through. And then at some point, people were told to come up to the podium where I was, and they received spontaneous healings. And at the end of that, two of my friends came up, and Joanne and Evelyn, and one of them nudged the other one and said, see, I told you she had brown eyes. I told you she had brown eyes. And I didn't understand the significance because, yeah, obviously I have brown eyes. The significance was that during the channeling, during these spontaneous healings people were receiving, my eyes had turned emerald green. So that was Christ's energy coming to me and through me for the benefit of the people. I can't make a mistake in that circumstance. It's not possible because I'm not involved in it. So, getting back to channeling versus readings, in readings, I'm receiving the information, but I'm giving it to you kind of like I'm sitting here and my voice and my gestures and I'm speaking to you. Channeling Channeling is I am stepping out of the way. There are different depths of channeling. Sometimes it's very spontaneous, and I did a posting earlier today with very spontaneous, easy, flowing channeled message. Other times it's very uh the deep breathing is very intense, and I know that this is going to be something of great intensity, and it takes a lot of energy then for my body to get ready for a long channeling. And so that might take me, a little bit more time to get ready and to be able to get out of the way and do that. So if you receive a reading from a tarot card reader, an astrologer, a medium, clairvoyant, clairaudient, whoever, don't be very quick to judge that they were wrong. You really need to step out of any judgment and ask yourself, how might I have changed that? But I will say, of course, I've had readings where, wow, the person was not in touch with anything. They didn't even get who I am or know who I was. But those aren't the kind of readings I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody who's really proven over the years or through their work of short duration, the accuracy of what they're able to do and where their heart is. So I hope that helps to answer some questions about channeling and readings. And there is trance channeling, which is that part of channeling where the person is not present, the human person, and you're hearing directly from the guides or ascended masters or God, or conscious channeling. I think I'll just call this conscious channeling, which is what I do every time I do a reading. I was giving a class one day, and there must have been about 30 people at the class, I think. And somebody had walked in who was ill, and he sat next to me. And I admit I had a few hesitation moments of, oh no, I don't want to catch this. But what happened after about maybe 10 minutes into my speaking and teaching, what guidance was giving to me, he raised his hand and said, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just got to tell you, he said he'd been sick for weeks. And this energy came through just from being in the room with the teachers who had come in with me and listening. And he said the stuffiness in his sinuses was gone. His ears cleared up. They popped. He could hear. He felt great. And he just wanted to let me know. So I don't always know what guidance is going to do. As a matter of fact, I probably don't know a lot of the time because they know what you need. And the other aspect of healing is a person needs to be ready. Sometimes an illness or a physical problem or emotional problem is necessary for us to learn through that. It's not comfortable, but it's quicker and it's more manageable if we go into it instead of running away from it. So that would be akin to my saying, okay, what do I need to do with this? What is this trying to show me? How do I best handle this? As opposed to cursing it out and blaming everybody else. So again, those are just some words, some food for thought. And if you are suffering from illness, if you are depressed, remember you're in a physical body and your physical body is reacting. So a certain amount of this is you need to address the physical body. And please make sure that you get the help in order to do that. Okay, thank you. God bless. Thank you. We'll see if this turns off on the first try this time. Good night.